For problem number 9 and 10, we're supposed to write the expression in exponential form. So you should know that each of these expressions is currently in radical form. So these are radical form. When you see the radical, even if it's square root or fourth root, we still have the radical symbol there. So these are expressions in radical form. So we're going to write them in exponential form. Exponential form means we have to write the whole thing as an exponent. And so 5x to the fifth, and that's all under the square root. Square root, remember that's a 2 there. Square root means we take the 5x to the fifth, and all of that has been raised to the first power, but the root goes down in the denominator. So square root of 5x to the fifth means that it's 5x to the fifth raised to the 1/2 power. Now, we'll leave that alone for the moment, and we'll finish it up in just a second here. But just to so you could see the difference, here we have the fourth root of a all raised to the third power. Well, that means we take whatever's under the root, whatever's under the radical symbol, and we raise that to the 1/4 power because it's the fourth root. Here we had the square root, so everything under the radical gets raised to the 1/2. Everything under the radical gets raised to the 1/4. But keep in mind, all of that is being raised to the third power. So all you have to do is, if you have a root, whatever's under there, you raise it to the 1 over whatever the root is. Here, a is under the radical, but the root is 4. So a, being under the radical, gets raised to the 1/4. If that's in parentheses, keep it in parentheses. It's not going to. You're only changing the look of it. You're not changing the value of it. So then we just want to clean it up a little bit. Remember from example 8, we said if we have multiple factors inside parentheses being raised to a power, then we raise each of those factors to that power. And 5 to the 1/2, that's in exponential form. X to the fifth to the 1/2, again, power to a power, we multiply. 5 over 1 times 1 over 2 is 5 over 2. So that's the simplified version, or I should say, not really simplified, but it's in exponential form, and that's how we write it. 5 to the 1/2 times x to the 1/2. You didn't have to even write the little multiplication symbol. You could have written just 5 to the 1/2, x to the 5/2. I think I might have just said x to the 1/2, but you can see what it is. 5 to the 1/2 times x to the 5/2. So then over here, again, we got to clean it up a little bit. A to the 1/4 power to the third power, power to a power, means we multiply. 3 over 1 times 1 over 4 is 3 over 4. So we have a to the 3 over 4. All right. Do another video for the next couple.